Are you tired of working your booty off just to have the attack class blame you for the loss, even though they couldn't finish the Genin level tank on the other team? What's up, everyone? I'm your sensei, Gray Yuri, and in this guide, I'm going to show you how I play as a healer to not only keep my team alive, but contribute to the overall offensive power and cop more Ws. I'll go over the build I'm using, how I play and position myself to win more engagements, and some simple tips and tricks you can use to become an Onbu level medical ninja. If you would consider giving that subscribe button a push, that would be super helpful, as we're currently on a mission to 1,000 subscribers and every push helps. Now on to the guide. Now, if you haven't figured it out, obviously we are using the healer type. For my first jutsu slot, I have cellular extraction, which we get from the Sakura Ninja Master. I know, but in this moment, she is useful for one thing. For my second jutsu, I have Earth Style, Super Light, and Boulder Jutsu that we get from the Onoki DLC. Cellular extraction gives us a really solid mid-range heal, and we can fire it off pretty fast. Super Light and Boulder Jutsu helps us and our team establish map dominance by giving us that big speed boost and making sure that our main damage dealers are mobile enough to come and assist someone who might be getting ganked, provided that they have a brain. I'm looking at you, claw users. It also gives everyone a boost to their secret technique gauge. For my weapon, I'm using the Tobirama's Ninja Blade, which a lot of people seem to think is an SS weapon locked by the scrolls, but it's actually just a reward from having Tobirama as a ninja master. This weapon has a simple but effective moveset, meaning we can do decent chip damage while maintaining great awareness of the battle going on around us. For my tool, I have the healing tag. It's simple, effective, and you can fire it off after being knocked down as a bit of an extra dodge when you get up. My substitution, I'm using Yomatsu Hirasaka that we get from the Kaguya DLC, and the ultimate I'm using is Slug Long Distance Healing that we get from Tsunade. It's a low requirement ult, and often I'll get it 2 to 3 times per match, depending on how much healing I'm doing. This ult is great because it adds a solid heal over time effect to the entire team. And for our perks, you can wear whatever clothes you want. Ninja Drip is of the utmost importance, but just make sure you have these perks. First Blood to reduce our secret technique charge time, Clear Mind for ninjutsu cooldowns, and 1 in a million for fast ninjutsu cooldown with low health. These perks are the perks that I use for every single one of my healer builds. One of the most important things for a healer to understand is distance. That means distance to your team, distance to your opponent, distance to your objectives and escape routes, and distance to the toilet. These are things a healer has to be aware of, especially when we're running a support healer build opposed to a combat healer. A good rule of thumb that I follow is playing my team's midline. That's why we're using Yomatsu Hirasaka, because it lets us pilot our sub to choose where we land. I place myself behind the defense and attack types, but in front of the range type. Maintaining this position will allow us to quickly pull back if the range gets flanked in the backline, or to jump up and help our frontline get a crucial elimination. Now, maintaining midline in a perfect world means our heals would affect everyone on the team at the same time, but things aren't always sunshine and rainbows. Healing priority should go like this. Number 1, keep yourself alive. Number 2 is defense types, 3 is attack types, and last but absolutely not least are range types. It's no slight against you range types, but we go in order of who sees the most damage. How I normally situate myself is behind the front line, keeping a close eye on their health bars because they don't seem to care about them. And I'll poke in and out at opportune times to add some DPS with my sword, making sure we keep the buff from Super Light and Boulder Jutsu active for as long as possible. If our teammates start to take damage, I'll throw in a healing tag, and if it looks like we might start to lose the engagement, I'll use cellular extraction to really buff my teammates' health. And maybe I'll dive in headfirst to relieve some pressure, but only for a short time. In a very dire situation, I'll use both my heals at the same time and jump in to relieve some pressure. We want to keep our ult for crucial times, but don't be afraid to use it just to keep a teammate alive, especially if they're getting beat up across the map. Looking at you, claw users. The perfect opportunity to use it would be making a push for a flag or a base, or if the fight has been going on for a while and you need something to really turn the tables in your favor. Generally, fights are decided by who has the faster ninja, so by keeping the team speed up with Super Light and Boulder Jutsu, we'll see you winning a lot more battles. Couple that with good situational awareness and well-timed healing, it'll be rare for you to see those depressing purple letters anytime soon. One of the most important tips I see a lot of healer types forgetting is that our heavy attacks break blocks on first contact. That means even if they block our heavy, we will be able to get a free combo. So it's very common for me to open a combo with my heavy attack. If they block it, I'll just break their block and get a free light combo anyways. And if they don't block it, generally I'll just hit a clean heavy for a decent amount of chip damage. The sword's heavy opener tracks well, and it's pretty quick to recover. Now, as I mentioned before, positioning is super important. But as we all know, this game moves at a ridiculous speed that the average human can't keep up with. So knowing this simple movement trick will help you stay in motion. It's a simple chakra jump trick. Essentially how it works is we eliminate the animation from landing a jump. As our character lands, we want to trigger our chakra jump and cancel it right away. by simply clicking the right trigger or whatever the key is for your chakra jump. And then as soon as we do that and land, we go right into another jump. It takes a little bit to master, but if you go into survival and the practice mode and just jump around the arena for the whole match, practicing your chakra canceling, you'll understand how to do it in full speed. Using this will significantly help you stay mobile and in the proper position during a match. You'll look silly, but hey, results speak louder than image. And my final trick for the healer class is, unlike the other classes, our heals go through buildings and obstacles. That means you could sit on the other side of a building or a rock or a mountain and still hit your team with healing tags and healing ninjutsu. It's not the most honorable or exciting gameplay, but again, why I said positioning is important, because understanding where you can tuck away from danger and still be in range of your team to get the heals off is the difference between a Genin level healer and an Anbu level healer. This build is my set it and forget it build to the healer. This took me from about a 40% win rate to an 80 when I started using it to its full potential. We don't do a lot of damage, but the amount of healing and support we have is great. It's a good mix of support with super light and boulder jutsu, and we can keep our team alive with cellular extraction, healing tag, and slug long distance healing. Good positioning and timing will see us never having to submit under those dreadful purple letters. And mixing in my little movement technique and a block breaking heavy will have you in the SS rank in no time. This build is a solid all-rounder that I use often when I'm playing. That's it for today, everyone. If you stayed this long, thank you so much. If you want to join the Yuri clan, I will link the Discord in the description. If you have any thoughts on the build or playstyle, leave them in the comments. Like I said before, we're on a mission to hit 1,000 subscribers, so if you liked the video, consider giving that red button a push. And if you have ideas for me, leave them in the comments, as I want to make content you guys all want to watch. That's it for me. I'm Sensei Grey Yuri, and I'll see you next time.